Hello YouTubers, welcome back to another video. Now today I am live. Now this is a little video for me. This is a video making it up to you for not making a vlog. Now tomorrow I don't know if I'm making a vlog. I'm not sure because my mom is sick. So I don't know if I'm making a vlog tomorrow. So please forgive me if I don't make a vlog tomorrow. I'll probably make a video about me not making a vlog. So this is like a little video, and I decided to do this live, you know. So you might wondering what is this doing here. Well, today I have a whole collection of McDonald's toys. Now I don't know if you guys want to see this, but it's a pretty hot collection, and we're gonna do this in order by the oldest. So let's go ahead and do it. So right here we have a character from the Avatar. Sorry, a character from the Avatar. Now he is a pretty cool character. Hold on, let me move some. Okay. So he's a pretty cool figure. He's actually blue. His part is green. His part, I think it's supposed to be golden red. So the gimmick is on this. It doesn't have a gimmick. I mean, it does. You had this little tab, and it light up, and it made sounds, I think, but the battery's dead. The year, actually, I got this back in year. Let me see. I don't think you guys can see it. Can you guys see it? Is it? 2008. So it's a pretty old McDonald's toy. Maybe in 2008. I was actually born in 2090. So, I think I'm older than this toy. It has a lot of articulations. The leg goes up. The arm goes up as well. This arm goes up as well. This leg goes sideways. The tail does not move though. It does not have articulation, which is actually disappointing. But it's kind of like in a weird comfort pose. It's kind of creepy looking, but you know what? It's a pretty decent action figure. But those are for the collectors of the Avatar. I don't know if you guys know the movie Avatar. Um, it's about a guy who is in a wheelchair, and he travels to this magical land, and he meets these people. So yeah, it's a pretty good movie. I recommend you watching it. It's a pretty awesome movie. I liked it. I actually watched it maybe 10 times after I watched the first one. So it was a pretty nice one. All right. So it's a pretty good guy. Pretty action figure. Pretty decent action figure. I do. Okay. The next one is up. The next one is Metro Man. I don't know if you guys know this movie, Megamind. Megamind came back in, I don't know, like maybe it's 5 years ago. So let's see what year it came on. It's actually on the Cape. I don't know if you guys could actually look at that. Hold on. It came back on 2008. I don't know if you guys, it's like right there, but I don't know if you guys can see it. But this was released back in 2008. So it's a pretty cool one. So the gimmick is this: you have this lever right here, and you pull it, and it punches like you punch, like I think it punches or something. That's a pretty good gimmick. It's a pretty nice figure. The boots are white. It's kind of ugly because it's been a long time. The cape is white. You know, I actually like right here, like how it looks like cowboyish. You know, pretty good. And it does stand on its own. Actually, it does stand. His head does go all the way around. As that nice. The arms do not. The arms stay like this. They don't go down. The legs don't move. So that's kind of disappointing. So it's like for display, I guess. So it's a pretty good, decent uh little toy right here. I do recommend you watch Megamind. It's a pretty good movie. I watched it maybe like 3 times already because it was a good movie. You know. All right, next one is right here. We have Ben 10. I don't know if you guys have heard of Ben 10. It's about a kid who has this watch and turns into different kinds of aliens, I guess. And the year that this thing came out on was back in, it says it right there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on, let me see. Oh, back in 2011. So this is a pretty kind of old toy. Back in 2011, this came out. This toy. Um, there is a. It's not a real action figure. It's actually a cardboard uh, cut off of him. You can't take him out because he's sealed in this thing. Or maybe you could if you had the drills to do it, like right here. Um, so yeah, so basically you see Ben 10 right there. And he doesn't have a lot of really articulation. His head barely moves. His arms do go up and down. You know, his legs are in place, so he's only for display. And I actually like this. So the reason I like this, I like his feet are pretty cool, and I like these, like they're kind of like a typish guns. It's like a hand and a gun at the same time. I think that's pretty neat, and I like the face. I think the face looks like a robot. So it's a pretty decent. Actually, it's not that heavy. It's actually hollow. I think plastic. So it's a pretty nice, decent figure. It's actually a show, so I kind of don't recommend you watch a show. But I mean, back then I didn't like Ben 10, but I started watching it, and it's kind of I give it a between 1 and 10. I give it an 8. It's not that bad. It's not that worse. It's in the middle. So it's a pretty nice, decent figure. The next one it is Power Rangers Samurai. That's a pretty old show, and let's see what year it came on in. 2011, the same year as the Ben 10 toy. So basically I had the base. I had a little base that you put this on and it does something, but I lost the base. I don't have the base anymore. I just have the figure. So basically Samurai is a Power Ranger show. I don't know if you guys knew. It came on Nickelodeon. It's an old show already. So this is the Blue Samurai Ranger. Since I don't have the little base for it, it really does not do anything. It did have some articulations, like little stuff, like a little gimmick. So his legs do go up like that, and then his arms also move. His head does not move; it's molded in. So pretty cool. The really cool thing I like about this is the helmet, the helmet and everything. They did it exactly as the show had it. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, I think this is a nice little thing. Now, I would say I recommend you watch the show, but the show is not on Nickelodeon anymore. You will have to get the DVDs on it. They actually have the DVDs. I will recommend you watch it on DVD. I think at Walmart, like the DVDs are maybe at $9, $10. Not that expensive. But yeah, pretty cool. Okay, next I actually have two from Alvin and the Chipmunks. The boat when they went in the boat. So let's do it one at a time. First, we're gonna go with the adorable one, of course. So let's see what year it came on, and this is right about there. Oh, right there, you see it. 2011, the same year as Ben 10 toy and as the same year as the Samurai toy back in McDonald's. So it doesn't do much anything. It's just a pretty cool little figure. Now this is actually rubber. This part is rubber, so if you put it on water, most likely it will float. So pretty cool. It is rubber, so you can't take it off. It's all rubber. I like his shirt. It's pretty green, and I like how they did you know, a lot of articulations to the face and everything. I really like it. It's a pretty decent figure. And right here we have his brother, Simon, the smart one. And this toy came back. This toy was released in 2011, the same year as this one. Now this had a voice thing. I don't think it works anymore. I think it needs batteries. But yeah, that's the only gimmick that you push him and he said phrases from the movie. But you know what? It's running out of batteries, but doesn't do anything. You can't twist his head. Neither does this one. They're molded in together. You can actually spin this thing around, so it's pretty cool. So he's actually wearing a button shirt. It's blue with little flowers on it. I think that's leaves. So it's a pretty decent figure. I do recommend you watch the movie. I think I watched it like 2 times as well. So it's a pretty nice, decent figures, little things for your kid or your brother, little brother, or sister play with. It's just amazing. Okay, next up is we have here. I really don't know what shows are these from. I really don't know what show or movie are these from. I'm not too sure, but let's do it one at a time. So this looks like water, and the year that this toy came on was back in 2014. So back in 2014, so that was like maybe 3 years ago, I guess. Doesn't his his like wrist goes sideways. His head is molded. His hands do have a little bit of articulation on it. His feet actually have all articulations, and the gimmick is basically you twist him like that, and he goes. So like this, like he will have something hold it right there. It's like a slingshot, basically. You know, it's a pretty nice, decent figure. I don't know what show this is from actually, or movie with this is from, but he's like evil-ish, I guess. And here are duplicates. I got two of these. I think one was my brother's. I'm not really too sure, but these are duplicates. Now they came out on the same year as this one. They came out in 2014. Now the gimmick is right here. You have a little button right there, and it goes. It goes like that. That looks wrong. It goes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually wrong. Uh, so yeah, they both do the same thing. Both do the same thing. Articulation. Now I like this because it looks like a skull right here, and the face just looks really creepy. He looks like what's that guy from Spider-Man, the evil guy, Carnage? It actually does look like Carnage, right? Tell me in the comments below if you guys think that this kind of looks like Carnage. I think it does. These are pretty good toys. I don't know about the show. I need to do a little research on that. So the next one we have here is the Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is a pretty decent McDonald's toys. It has a little base for you to display on your office anywhere you want. It does say the year it came on and back in 2015. So the gimmick is done nothing. The does not do nothing. His head does not turn. His arm do not move. His cape does not move, unfortunately. And it does says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it's just a nice looking figure for display, so you can put it on your office like that or anywhere. It's just it's just for display. Doesn't do anything. So it's a nice, decent Ninja Turtle, and it's a shredder. So it's pretty cool. I actually like the cape and the helmet, and right here the little wrist things that you have, and I also like the things that spike things on it. I think that's pretty cool. So next up is we have a lot of Skylanders. So here's Skylanders. I think these are Skylanders. I'm not really too sure. Oh, and I do recommend you watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's an amazing show on Nickelodeon. I don't think it's on Nickelodeon anymore, but I think it's on YouTube and they have movies of shows about it. So I do recommend you watch them. Right here is an old McDonald's, so as you can tell it's old because painted, and it does say the year it came on in back in 2015, so maybe 2 years ago. So his hand did not move. His head is actually molded. His gun is molded. So basically, the gimmick is you put the little discs and you fire it. But unfortunately, I lost the discs. So yeah, and this is like a tomato button. Pretty cool. Next up is we have this. I don't know what this is. It looks like an alligator lizard thingy. So basically, like I think it had like a little slingshot thing that you put and you pushed and it like shoot. But unfortunately, I don't have it. Like I said, these are pretty old toys. I like the blue right here. Look the the bow arrow thingy. It's pretty cool. Next up, we have this wolf-looking thingy. I like the guitar actually. The guitar looks pretty cool. He's on his knees, and you know the battery, and he goes like that. That's his gimmick. Wow. And the last one is this lion right here. This lion. Looks like he had something right here that you push the button right here, and it floated, I guess, or shot. I don't know. But it's a golden lion. It's not real gold. It's painted, of course, and I think it's pretty cool. Pretty cool, actually. I will actually display this right here. It's pretty cool. Alright. On with the next one. The next one that we have right here are Transformers. Now, I have duplicates. One is my brother's, and one is mine, of course. So this is pretty cool. Now the head is that moves. The arms do have a little bit of articulation in the back as well. And the year that this toy came on in was back in 2015. So the same year, I guess, as the Skylanders. So the gimmick is you go like this, and uh, you like basically look. Hold on. It does that basically like a karate move. You know the same thing for this one. Basically, now this is I'm guessing like a dinosaur-ish. Now the gimmick is you put this right there, and I don't know if you guys can see it right there. Look right there, that red light. That's what it does. So it's pretty cool. It does have a little bit of articulation. The arms do move. The head is obviously molded. You know. Alright, so the second one is we have Batman toys. Now, I don't know his name, but you know. Oh, and I asked absolutely you guys watch Transformers movies. I watched them. Pretty cool. So the gimmick is he stretches. He's like Elastigirl. His head does move. You can actually pick his head up. Actually, pretty cool. And these toys came back in 2013, I believe. So it's pretty cool. And then right here we have the one and only Batman. His head does move. So basically you had like a little thing net, and then you slingshot it and you cut the bad guy, which is pretty cool. His cape is molded, his feet are molded, so he does not have a lot of articulation. Only his head and his arm moves. The second one is actually a girl. I don't know her name. I think it's a DC. I think obviously it's a DC, but like I don't know which one. So it has a lot of hair. So I don't know what this thing does, but like the sword, I don't know. I think it's just for display, maybe. All right. The next one it is another Transformers. Now my battery is dying, so I had to do this really quick, guys. This is a Transformers. Does not do anything. Alright, on to the next one. I have to do this quickly, guys. My battery's running out. Princess Peach from Mario. You roll this thing around and it's supposed to pull around. The second one from Home. That's all it does. The fourth one is this from Peanuts, but I broke the base. It's basically like a backpack chain. And the last one, the one and only, Mr. Incredible. Pretty cool. So now the gimmick is you go like this, and that is it. It breaks. Of course, you can take him off his stand to make him more cooler, and you can put him back on the stand. Alright guys, that is the video. I'm sorry I had to do this quickly, but you know what? My battery is dying. Hopefully I get to make a vlog tomorrow, guys. I really do hope. But you know what? I'll see you guys tomorrow on the next video, because you know it's every day. Peace.